Hi, welcome back to the Sing Confidently, Live Creatively podcast. Estelle here. I'm here to help you sing with confidence, especially if you are a beginner. Today, we're talking about how you can reconnect to singing again. If you're a beginner singer who maybe you used to sing and now you're wanting to come back, you're wanting to start again. First of all, we welcome you with open arms, right? Singers, we are so excited to welcome you with open arms. I'm so excited that you are wanting to connect to singing again, to reconnect to the arts, to performing, to creativity in this way. How amazing. I'm cheering you on. I'm so excited for you. And today I'm going to give you some tips for where to start. Okay. These this episode was inspired by the Facebook group. Actually, if you guys aren't in the singing tips and techniques for women Facebook group on Facebook, not on Instagram, wrong platform, on Facebook, definitely join. In the once you join, there are questions. And the questions there are basically for me to get to know you guys a little bit more. And it means that I can make episodes that are speaking directly to what your questions are. So um so there were two women actually who joined the Facebook group and were asking, like, basically talking about similar things. So the first person was saying, I took a break from music to focus on my career. And so they're talking about wanting to reconnect, right? And feeling like they're starting from the beginning. And then another person was saying like their number one struggle related to singing was where to start, like just where to start. And so both of these different women are in this place where like they're coming back to singing, they're wanting to reconnect, but they feel like they don't know, they're kind of like starting at the beginning all over again. And that feeling of not really knowing where to start is kind of a through line for both of them. So I wanted to speak directly to it. I wanted to speak directly to it. There are so many ways that there's so many ways to answer this, so many ways to get with this. I'm a voice teacher, so I'm like, where to start? Let's talk. Like, come on, let's do this. This is my my favorite thing. And I love working with beginners. I've worked with many beginners, women who used to sing and are coming back to it again. And I work with like young students in the studios that I freelance with. So like they're also beginning like from the very beginning, kind of, because they're younger and maybe teens or preteens. And so I love that beginner stage because it's such a great, I mean, I want you to know this is a great place to be because it's only up from here, honey. Like it's only up from here. There's so much more growth for you. There's so much expansion available for you. There's so many opportunities for you that you have no idea, right? And so there's nothing wrong with taking, maybe you've taken time off and you're coming right back to it. Again, I'm welcoming you with open arms. I'm so excited for you, and there's so much available for you. So, where do you start? Where do you start if you are beginning again? So, let's get into it. I have 5 steps, 5 things that I want you to focus on if you are starting to sing again, or if you never really sang in the beginning, right? You never really sang at all growing up, and now you're an adult woman, and you found the show, and you're like, okay, where do I start, girl? I'm going to tell you. Okay. So the first thing that I want to say is I want you to just enjoy singing songs that you love, like around the house for fun, when you're driving, when you're showering. I want you to sing songs for the fun of it. And I want you to watch other people too singing, other singers. I want you to look at singers online, look at singers on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube. Watch musicals, watch shows, go to concerts, fill your life with as much music as you possibly can, with as many other singers as you possibly can, just watching them. Both of these go under this topic, like this point of continuing to reignite that spark. You need to keep that inspiration going, especially if you're just at the beginning or you're coming back to singing, right? I kind of had a little come back to singing moment when I went to medical school and I was like, okay, I'm going to do medicine. And then I was like, absolutely not. I know God is calling me to the performing arts industry. And I decided to start pursuing it professionally. And so I started to pursue singing with a lot of intention. It's not that I wasn't singing before. I grew up singing. I was singing my whole life. And I took it really seriously, like the latter half of college, especially. I took it seriously in high school and middle school, and college actually. But then when I was more focused on med school, I kind of got off. I was still singing, but it wasn't like it was just like something I did as a creative outlet because I absolutely needed it. But then when I decided to really like pursue it professionally, it felt like a reconnecting to singing in a different way. It felt like reconnecting to singing and performing in musical theater and the arts in a way that it was exciting. And what helped me feel that excitement was to fuel that excitement. Like I had the initial excitement, but it could have easily died. It would have easily died if I didn't intentionally fuel it. So I need you to fuel that excitement that you're feeling like, okay, I'm getting back into singing. Don't let that die right now. Like there are going to be times where it's going to get hard. Like you're going to want to, but I need you now at the beginning when you're starting to reconnect, I need you to lift up that inspiration. Okay. I need you to fuel that inspiration with intention. Okay, so reignite that spark, fuel that inspiration by singing as much as you can, like for fun, like just joy, like just think of singing as joyful. Let it be fun, let it be exciting, and watch other singers online that inspire you. Not singers that you're going to compare yourself to, but just like people that you're like, oh my gosh, I love how they sing. I love how they sound, or I love how this voice teacher breaks this down. Like just like any kind of content that will inspire you to keep singing and to keep engaging in performing arts and musicals and creativity. Watch those videos as much as you can because you're at the beginning stages of reconnecting to singing, of starting to sing again or for the first time. You need to build up that inspiration as much as you can, especially at the start. Okay. That's the first thing is to build that inspiration, refuel, reignite that spark by singing songs for the joy of it and watching other performers who inspire you. Okay. The second point, and these last 4 points, these are all aligned with my framework that you might have heard if you listened to me for a little bit of time, the Sing Confidently framework that I break down in depth in the course, the Sing Confidently course. These are the steps, and I'm going to go through them with you because they are essential. They are the fundamental thing. This is the fundamental path that we as singers must be taking on a consistent basis in order to feel confident as singers. I said it. I said it. This is what we need to do. Okay. I stand by it. Okay. I stand by it. Like I truly, truly believe this is what we need to do as singers on a consistent basis, on a cycle over and over again to feel confident in our voice. And if you are reconnecting to singing, you're beginning again, you need to do these in this order and then repeat. Okay. So let's get into it. So after you've been reigniting that spark for yourself, that's number one. The second thing that you want to do, which is actually the first step of the Sing Confidently framework, but I'm adding it in here. So the second thing you want to do is you need to start to know your voice. Okay. So you've been singing songs for the fun of it. You're like reconnecting to that spark of inspiration. You're getting excited about singing. Amazing. I'm so happy for you. So now you need to start to get back to the basics of singing itself. I need you to start to learn some healthy technique. I need you to learn about vocal health. How do you take care of your voice? I need you to learn the basics of how your voice works, right? On like a fundamental level. Yeah. So I just feel like a lot of singers, especially like I grew up singing, a lot of us, we grow up, we enjoy singing, we love it, and that's amazing, but we don't actually understand our instrument. And we need to understand, at least on a fundamental level, how our vocal folds work, on a fundamental level. What is air pressure versus airflow, those things. And so just learning a little bit about how can I sing in a way that feels good for my voice? What are some things to avoid when it comes to, my vocal health, taking care of my voice and stuff like that? Because as you're starting to sing, you're starting to reconnect with singing, you're going to be singing, you're going to be using your voice more than you have been. And so because of that, you kind of want to know how to take care of your voice, right? So some basics of vocal health, kind of learn about those. Um, how do you do that? You just go and listen to all my podcast episodes. But actually, I have a lot of episodes to help you with understanding some fundamentals of vocal health, vocal technique. You can just scroll on back and you'll see a bunch of them. You can also come to my masterclass next month, and I will be talking about the fundamentals of basic vocal technique and the fundamentals of vocal anatomy that every single singer needs to know. I don't care. I don't care. We all need to know these things. Okay. And so I'm going to break them down for you really simply in the masterclass. It's free. Go to creativelybyestelle.com/studio to make sure you're registered for that so that you can show up, or you can get the replay afterwards and you can learn about it. But you need to know your voice a little bit more. So learn technique, learn basics about the vocal anatomy so you kind of understand how your instrument works. Okay. I think that's really, 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 really important. And yeah, I think it's really important if you're wanting to start singing again or for the first time, please learn about your instrument so that you are taking care of your voice. It's so like singing is a little bit more of an intense use of our vocal folds and our breath, right? Our lungs and the muscles that we use for breathing. Like it's a more intense way of utilizing this entire system than speaking. It is. And so you need to know sort of those basics so that you can take care of yourself. All right, I'm done with my rant about knowing your voice. This step is just so important. And there's more to the step of knowing your voice. There's a mindset section of it that I talk about in the course, in my updated course, which is coming out also after the masterclass, but I'll talk to you guys about that later. But in my updated course, there is more to this step. There's a whole section on mindset, and that's important too, like learning to love your voice, etc. But I really want you to know the basics of vocal anatomy, vocal technique. Please learn a little bit, as much as you can. Come to the masterclass so you can learn more. Okay. I said I was done with the rant and then I continued to rant. I'm so sorry. Okay, on to my next step. I love talking about this, you guys, if you can't tell. Okay, on to my next step. So we've talked about reigniting the spark, that inspiration for yourself. The second thing is to know your voice, learning basic healthy technique, basic vocal health, basic vocal anatomy, learn how your instrument works. The third step is you need to start to practice, like intentionally practice, right? So I started with just like sing for fun, like sing in your shower, sing around the house, just like engage with music however you can for the fun of it, go to concerts. That's great. Now, once you've started to know a little bit more about your instrument, I need you to start to practice your instrument with a little bit of intention, right? Start with whatever pocket of time you can find in your day. Start with that. If it's 5 minutes, great. Warm up for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, do like some lip trills, go back to I have many vocal warm up episodes, 5 minute vocal warm ups, 3 minute vocal warm ups, 7 minute vocal warm ups, et cetera, et cetera. Go back and scroll back and choose one of those. And then sing a little bit of one of the songs that you have been singing around the house that you absolutely love, that feels great in your voice, right? Start working on that song in a 5 minute pocket of your day, right? Just do a quick little warm up and sing a little bit of that song for 2 minutes. And there you go. You did your practice for the day. Good job. Good job. You did your voice practice, right? So what you're going to start to see is that you're going to do that 5 minutes on Monday. You're going to do it 5 minutes on Tuesday. Maybe you do it for 10 minutes on Wednesday. Maybe you skip Thursday, but you come back on Friday and you do another 10 minutes. You're going to find that by the next week following that schedule, you're singing that song with a little bit of ease. You're gonna start noticing, oh, when I hit this note, I don't quite like how I sing it there. I'm gonna sing it differently. Oh, when I get to this spot, I feel like I'm getting stuck. You're gonna start to notice how your individual voice works, right? So you've learned a little bit of vocal anatomy. You know how the vocal folds work. You understand how you need airflow, but you also need air pressure. You need a little bit more airflow on higher notes. Maybe you've started to understand some of that. But now you're applying it in your practice time and you're seeing how your individual voice is working. That's what practice is for. It's for you to get to know your individual voice and like improve and see like, oh, like, let me try this note with a little bit more airflow, or, oh, I think that note, I'm feeling a bit of strain there. Maybe I need to change the vowel, make it a little bit more open to help me hit that note, right? So you start to realize these things as you practice, right? And so practicing your voice is going to be so important in helping you to really just get started singing again, and showing it's also proving to yourself that you're taking this seriously. That's another thing is like that's why I started with the inspirational part, like start with that motivation, inspiration. But then by the time you get to the step three of like practice your voice, you're like, okay, I'm taking this a little bit more seriously. I'm being a little bit more intentional, and it's not a bad thing, it's not scary. It's being consistent with my voice practice, I'm actually seeing growth, right? So this is how you actually start to see even more of that inspiration, because you're like, oh my gosh, I sound so much better when I like singing it today than I did last week, right? And I definitely highly encourage you. This is like a bonus tip that I talk about all the time, but please record yourself and then like go back next week, listen to the recording, and then sing it again and compare, like hear how you have grown, hear the things that you want to work on in the first recording, and then work on those things and then record it again and see how you have grown. Okay. Anyway, that's a bonus tip, but recording yourself during your practice times is going to help you see that progress. But you're going to be so excited when you're like, oh my gosh, I sound so much better. Like, yes, I sound better. Right. And I know better is an arbitrary word. I don't even I use that term, but I don't like to use it that much because, what is better? It's arbitrary. But maybe you notice some things to notice is that, does it feel more comfortable to sing that note, right? Does it feel more enjoyable? Are you feeling less strain? Does it sound really nice to you? Does it sound like there's like a spin in your voice? Is it resonating really nicely? Like, does it just sound beautiful, right? Those are things to notice for yourself. Okay. And so that's the joy of practicing your voice, is you start to you take it seriously and you notice that you are taking it seriously. And then you see that progress and you're like, oh, wait, I want to take it even more seriously. Like, it helps you, you get that positive feedback from yourself. So that's the third step. You got to start practicing. Start with 5 minutes and go from there. Okay. If you're a beginner, I'm telling you, literally start with a few minutes a day and grow from there. All right. My fourth step is to express your voice. Express your voice means put yourself out there. So now you've started to practice, you know about your voice, you know your instrument. Okay. And you are feeling inspired, you're watching other singers, you're singing for fun, you're enjoying it. Now you need to start putting yourself out there. This is not only you getting that feedback from yourself in your practice time, but now you're going to get feedback from other people. You're going to hear other people sing along with you when you go to an open mic night. You're going to hear other people sing along with you when you go to karaoke. You're going to hear other people, like your post when you post online, right? Find ways, opportunities to put yourself out there. Go to the open mic, sign up for the karaoke, sign up for an audition at your local community theater, at your local community choir, church choir. Join. Go start putting yourself out there. This is a very simple, there's not much more to it. You just have to find ways to put yourself out there. And I know it's scary. That's why it's step 3. It's not step 1. So you've had time to prepare. You've worked your way up. Now we're on step 4 of this in this episode. And it's time to start putting yourself out there. Okay. I really, really encourage you, start sharing your voice with other people, even in small ways. Just a little clip of it yourself singing 30 seconds on your story. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do on your Instagram story. Send it to a friend, a happy birthday video. That's all you got to sing happy birthday to your friend. There you go. Okay. Just one small way to start putting yourself out there, and then do it more, do it again and again and again. All right. And then my 5th and last step for you, if you are starting to reconnect to singing again, you don't know where to start as a singer, a beginner singer, I need you to be intentional about this last step. Number 5 is to improve your voice. Okay. You have sparked that inspiration. That's step 1. You've started to know about your voice. That's step 2. You've practiced. That's step 3. You've expressed yourself. You started to put yourself out there. That's step 4. Now, what happens after you start putting yourself out there is that you notice how you are on stage, or you notice how you are like on video or whatever. And you're like, oh, okay. Yeah. Like some of the stuff that I practiced, I did, see, I heard it. But there are other stuff that, I wasn't able to do the way that I thought I did. Like I thought I could do that, when I was practicing, but I couldn't quite do it when I was performing. Right. And so that happens. It's totally normal. And what you're going to do next is you're going to continue to improve your voice. The way we improve more than just practicing on our own, right, is that we get around other people. So A couple ways to improve your voice is to work with a coach, work with a voice teacher in your local area, work with a voice teacher online. Hey, girl, I'm a voice teacher. Come and grab a lesson. If you're not sure, come grab a free 15-minute voice check in that is available for anyone on my website. You can go to my website, and at the top, there's an option for a free consultation. You can just book, you guys know, you can literally just book a 15-minute call with me and you can sing a little bit and I'll give you feedback for 15 minutes for free. That's a little insider tip. I don't really talk about it that much, but there you know. There you go. You can go to creativelybyestelle.com if you want to. Book a free 15-minute call with me and let me hear you sing a little bit about that song that you've been working on, and let me give you feedback. And then we can schedule a 1 hour lesson or whatever if you want to do that, or you can come and grab the course. But work with someone who can hear you sing and give you immediate feedback to tell you what you cannot hear, because there are things that you can hear it but you're not sure how to fix it, you're not sure how to adjust it. Work with someone who can tell you, who is trained, who has had experience, who is a singer themselves, who understands the voice, who can tell you what you might be not sure how to adjust. Okay. So a coach is super, 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 super helpful. You can also find other singers to connect with, right? Find community, right? So going back to like a choir, or if you go to an audition and you get into the show, ask your, like, sing with your ensemble, like ask your other theater friends, like, oh, can you hear me sing this part? Like, what do you think? Right? Ask your friends for feedback, ask people for feedback online, or well, maybe not online. Be careful with that. But with people that you trust, right? Or ask a friend who loves to sing as well. That's how I got started voice teaching, actually, is that I had a couple friends who were like, "Oh, would you teach me how to sing?" And I literally, like, we went to like a little room in our library in college, one of my friends, and she was like, "Yeah, like, teach me how to sing." Like, we worked on the song. Girl, I don't even remember what song it was, but I just remember having so much fun trying to help her with this song, and we sang together, and it was really, really fun. Like, and she just asked me because she was like, "Oh, you sing? You've been singing your whole life. Can you help me?" Like, and of course, I wasn't a voice teacher. I didn't even really understand the voice that much. I didn't know vocal anatomy. Like, I did not do that step. Okay. Like, I didn't really know that much about the voice, but I was a singer. And so I was able to help her a little bit, and so you can find another friend, one of your friends, maybe they don't know so much about the voice. They're not an actual teacher, but if they are a singer, or maybe they have some expertise in performing and stuff like that, they can give you feedback. So just don't do it alone. Okay. That's the whole point of this step, is to improve your voice. You need to kind of get some outside feedback from people that you can trust, from a trusted voice teacher or a friend who can sing. That's better than no one. So I would really encourage you to try to connect with other singers, other performers who can give you that feedback, as well as a voice teacher. Yeah, I'm biased, but I think you should work with me. I think it'd be really fun. I love teaching beginner singers. It's so fun because like I said, it's only up from here. There's so much to discover about your voice. And so I would be honored to work with you. Absolutely. You can grab that 15-minute call. And I really encourage all of you to come to the Sing Confidently Masterclass, because you can get free coaching there. Yay. At the masterclass, there will be time at the end for free coaching. Yeah, I said it. Free voice coaching, but you got to register on time, because it's first come, first serve. So whoever signs up to get that voice coaching is going to be, able to get it. If there's more time at the end, like after those singers go, if there's more time, then you might be able to get it. But just in case, make sure you go ahead and register now, because I will be emailing soon to get people signed up to get feedback. It's just going to be short amounts of time, but you're going to be able to pick a song, like come with a song, decide what you want me to help you with, what you want me to coach you through for those few minutes. It depends on how many people sign up, how I'm going to divvy out the time. And then we might have a little bit of time at the end, but I would love for you to register so that way I know who's coming. And that way I can make sure that if you do want that free coaching opportunity, you can get it, because I want you to get it. I want you to improve. I want all of us to improve. And regardless, even if you don't want to sing in public and you don't want to sing on that call, you don't have to. It's not like you don't have to. You can come and watch, right? And even just watching other singers get coaching, I can almost guarantee that at least one other singer is going to have kind of a similar issue to what you might be experiencing with the song that you are working on, right? So even just coming is going to be beneficial to you. It's going to help you improve your voice because you're going to connect with other singers. And so it's just a great, like, there's just no reason not to come. I really, really would love to see you there. Go to creativelybyestelle.com/studio to register once again. And I hope to see you there. But these are the steps. This is what to do if you are reconnecting to singing again and you have no idea where to start. I'm going to review them one more time. Number one, reignite that spark. Find ways to inspire yourself by singing songs that you love anytime, anywhere, around the house, driving around, just like sing for fun. And also watch other singers who inspire you and who just like make you want to sing more. Like go to shows, go to concerts, watch them online, watch other singers. That way you can reignite that spark for singing. The second step is to know your voice. So learn healthy technique, learn vocal health, and learn about your anatomy of the voice. Number three is to practice your voice. Find a way to start practicing consistently. Number four is to express your voice. Find ways to put yourself out there online or in person. And number five is to improve your voice. Work with a coach or find other singers to connect with and get feedback from. And one way to do that is to come to the free masterclass. Okay. That's all I got for you today. I hope this encourages you. If you're a beginner singer or you're someone who's coming back to singing, I really hope this encourages you and inspires you and gives you some practical tools that you can take and apply today to build confidence as a singer as you reconnect to singing again. Okay. Alrighty, that was a lot, but I hope this helped. I hope this inspired you. Thanks so much for listening. Thank you for being here as always. I really appreciate it. You guys know you can connect with me anytime, any day. Come to Creatively by Estelle on Instagram. And I'd love to hang out with you over there and say hi. But thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And I'm just excited that you are singing, building confidence as a singer. It's what I'm doing every day. And yeah, I'm on this journey with you. You're not alone. And I hope that you know that. And yeah, thanks so much for listening. Have an amazing day, you guys, and I will talk to you later. Thank you so, so much for listening to today's episode and to this show. I'm so in awe of you for being here and showing up for your creative gifts. That takes courage. Don't forget to join the performing arts community on Facebook for support and inspiration as you continue on your journey. If this episode helped or inspired you in any way, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and share it with someone. It means so, so much. Thank you again, and don't forget to keep singing, acting, dancing, performing, and living creatively. Talk to you next time.